Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my Ascension messages. My name is Bobbie Richardson, and I will be your guide for today. Today, we're going to do some tarot reading, channeling, because I love it. Thursday, I just do channeling, but Tuesday is usually tarot. So first up, I just want to have a chat to you about a new video that I'm going to be producing, and it's all to do with stepping back into a new calendar and what's the advantages of changing and shifting our calendar back out of the Jonar calendar, which gives us these blue moons, and why they did that and all of that sort of stuff. So I'm going to be putting that together over the week. And also the other thing that I wanted to bring up is, that's right, it's my birthday tomorrow. So for my birthday, I decided to do a little crazy, and I revamped a song called Totally Me that I wrote and I sung back in 22. And I decided to put it out there for all of the women that have gone through really bad relationships and trying to get them to get back out again, and help them get back out again, just like I did for myself. And so this song is kind of like an inspiration, and that is going to be put up tomorrow because tomorrow is my birthday. Thank you, Yannicka. I am 56 years old, if anyone wanted to know. And what else have we got? I just wrote down something here. That's right. So we also had messages coming through about grounding your soul. So what is, I'm going to just go into that a little bit before we do the reading. The reading might bring up something completely different. I don't know, but I wanted to bring up this channel message. It was to do with the more that we do our clearing, more that we clear away all of this overreaction, the logical mind taking over and all that sort of stuff, and recognize who the true identity of ourselves is. When we start to learn to love ourselves just as we are, that even if it doesn't fit into societal norms, so long as, it's not going to hurt anyone or anything, mind you wouldn't anyway, because the soul is love. So as the soul starts to be understood by the logical mind a bit more and recognized as something unique, special, only wants the best for us, that sort of thing, which is who we are. We are our soul, and even our body is our soul in the core of it. But just to compartmentalize it for the logical mind, that's how I bring it up. So the more that we start to love ourselves, sometimes there might be moments where you're, traveling through life, and then all of a sudden you get this wash of bliss over. You feel like your soul, you feel like you know yourself, and you know your soul, and you know where you want to go and all that sort of stuff. But then it's almost like the soul comes in more or grounds more into your body, or is understood more by the logical mind, and then you look at yourself and where you're at, and you realize where your soul, who your soul is, and how magnificent it is, and then you see where you're at, and the two don't work together, because you're like, well, I deserve a lot better than this. I really wanted to do that thing, 10 years ago, but I've been hiding and not wanting to do it because I was scared or in fear of how people would treat me and that sort of stuff. And it's like this kind of a crossover where you go, well, why isn't the rest of the world treating me as much as what I'm treating as well as what I'm treating myself? And it can bring you into stepping into the next part of your life. Could be that somebody comes along and reflects that. Are you any good? And then you're like, why is this happening? And it just seems even worse. So what they said to me is that when you start to feel like that real, what am I doing with my life? I should have been, and I wish I was, and all that sort of stuff. They said, just accept it, because you don't want to go back into the warring zone. You don't want to go back into the soul's fighting logic and all that sort of stuff. You want to they said, just accept it for where it's at. And when you're accepting it for where it's at, it gives you this opening to be able to change it. It's like the acceptance at least lets you hold on to the reins of your life so that you can steer it in the next direction. But if you just fight it, you're not holding the reins. You're just looking outside yourself for validation again. And so it doesn't work. So that was one of the biggest lessons that came from me over the blue moon. And I wanted to share that with you guys, to keep accepting where you're at so that you can grab the reins and say where you want to go. And then you start to move towards that, and be patient with thyself, they're saying. Be patient with thyself, and don't worry about how this is actually going to emerge into your life, how you're going to actually get there. Because if you worry about how it's going to happen, you're already limited yourself again, and you're not allowing the expansion of your soul to be able to take you where you want to go. So then your logical mind is still taking charge. If you're trying to compartmentalize and figure out exactly how this is going to work, that's where the letting go comes in, and that's where the trust game comes in. And then you feel like the life that's coming, you don't actually know what's going to happen next, but they want us to trust this process. Because when we start to trust, and then we see opportunities do start to show up, or at least at the least we start to see the blessing, the gratitude for where we're actually at, then it helps us under our logical mind go, oh, okay, I was so fixated on making sure everything was in its, all the ducks were in the row, and I didn't even see where I'm at, and I didn't even see how good I had it, and I get it now. So there's this whole transition that's coming in, where we're starting to clear enough, to be able to feel enough, to be able to see where we're at, to be able to go to where we really want to go. And it's this whole transition happening. Hey, I'm Inspired. Hey, Sky Imagination. And I said hello to Yannicka. So let's get into the tarot now, right? Oh, that one just flew out. I don't know what it is because it's face down. But this is the Osho pack that I'm shuffling now. These are the first and only tarot cards I had for about, 25, 30 years of my life. I bought them when I was 27, and I think I started buying tarot again in my late 40s. So probably not 20. Yeah, anyway. So these were my buddies. These are the only cards that were my buddies for ages, and they taught me so much about myself. If you ever want to look up Osho, he's an awesome fella. He's got some really amazing quotes as well. Okay, so we have a couple that are coming upside down. We first have silence. So we're in a rest period at the moment, a respite. Going back into the inner self, figuring it out again, finding out who we are. Oh, they're also showing me the moon as a reflection, but the feeling that I'm getting from it is a really gentle moon, a really gentle reflection. They want us to see our reflection as gentle. So our life and how we look at it, the more gentler we come into our life, the more power we have, because love is and the most immense power you can ever have, because it's always working with for the benefit of yourself, which is the soul, they're saying. So this is to do with finding oneself through seeing life as this gentle, caressing, nurturing place that's only wanting the best for you. And it's when you come from that place, everything starts to fold in or work in with you again. And we're no longer having the reflection of the fight. We're no longer having the reflection of the where am I, what am I doing, blah, blah, blah. It's just this, they want us to go back in, find silence within ourselves and see our life as a much more gentler place. Then there is a totality that has come in reverse. And totality means to do everything 100%. And so we might have a whole heap of things on our agenda, but we pick up one thing and we do that 100%. But they're showing me breaking everything down. Like literally the agenda was only fixated on our life through our logical mind, trying to compartmentalize everything anyway. So when we're coming back to our soul, they want the agenda to fall away enough for us to, and it's a hard one, they're saying, to even get to understand, because the soul works in a much different way than what the program or your logical mind worked in. So the soul has absolute no fear, doesn't need to know anything that's happening in the future. It just has an energy vault or energy understanding of how powerful and beautiful and amazing you are. And that is where the will or the strength of oneself comes from. And then when we feel into that, we don't need to know what's going to happen next. We just know that our choices are always going to be in alignment with the love of self. And so we only make these choices through the love of self, instead of having a logical brain. This has to be done, this, which is how the system was built. And the system wanted us to fixate on having specific things that we had to do throughout our day so that it could bend it from the outside in. But we are now learning to take our power back from the inside out. And that means to allow the crumbling of all that has been present and really trust and have faith in the fact that you have this immense power within you. And then the next card that came up was the Thunderbolts. So we have these three cards. And the next card that came up was a Thunderbolt, but this was also in reverse as well. So the Thunderbolt is when the universe, or the outside universe, and we actually are talking about our soul here, comes around to our life and says, oh my gosh, if I keep going this way, if I keep following my logical mind and doing what it's telling me to do, or if I keep going this way, I'm going to be in a really big sticky place. It's not going to feel good at all for a long time. So the Thunderbolt comes in and it smashes away the illusion. And that's often when we find everything starts to crumble around our, like big time, big things just smash away from our life. This is when we go through divorces and we lose our jobs and all sorts of things like that can happen. It can also be small, can also be a gift that's coming in that shifts you as well. And that's what they're telling me. They put it in reverse because they're saying they want to bring, the universe wants to gift you something that is going to shift your life immensely. The universe wants to bring in something that's going to shift your life immensely, but for the benefit to show you that when you stand in your power and know who you are and say, this is my life and I'm going to go this way. I've desired this for a long time and I now have the strength and I have no fear about it. I'm just deciding, like, everything's crumbling away anyway around in society and stuff. So let's just go for the big stuff. And it's kind of like that. And they're saying that something will be coming in. And almost like those that are still working with the logical mind, being in charge and looking outside themselves for validation, and they haven't done the work or anything, they might find the opposite will happen. They might find the Thunderbolt will come and shatter their life. But those that have done the work are going to have it in reverse, where the gifts are coming to shatter the life. And that's what I'm feeling at the moment. I want to do tarot. I want to do this one. Okay. Hey Mona, hey Sheree, hey Linda. Good to see you guys. Right. Let's keep going and see what these energies are bringing us. That one wants to come out. See what our energies are bringing us at the moment. How can we use the energies at the moment to benefit ourselves? Can we prepare for or get ready for? Or is there any other messages? Okay, one more. Okay, that one. So we have, okay. So we have the gratitude card, which totally makes sense, right? With the silence card and what I was bringing up about the silence card. Say thank you, experience the joy of acknowledging others. They also want to remind us that everyone in our outside world is a mere reflection of who we are. We allow these people in, or these people to seep into our lives to show us something about ourselves, to either give us a fantastic lesson, and that could be the people that you don't really like, and how to take your power back and say no more to that, or it could be the love, to show us love. And sometimes we get confused between the two, where we think that the people that are here to reflect back love are showing us lessons or something. But the thing is, it's all, they said there is no wrong or right. There's just truth reflecting back to us. And so the more that you are grateful for all the experiences that you have, the more that those experiences are going to show you gratitude back. And that's when the gifts can start rolling in of acceptance as well. Because when we are in gratitude, we're in receptive mode. We're in great, we're putting out our hand and saying thank you so much for everything that you've given me. It puts you in a receptive mode. So this is important at the moment with these new energies, to also be tender with oneself, speak gently to yourself, cherish the child within. Because it is the child that was screaming back then when it knew your soul. Your child knew you as your soul. Your child knew you as love. Your child knew you as authentic and different, and a spark within consciousness in this body. And then it was squashed out, programmed out of us because of the fear-based scenario that our parents went through and the teachers went through, of trying to fit into a society that wasn't really working for the soul in the first place, because it was constantly pushing us into a smaller and smaller victimized state of awareness or box. And so to bring back the child within us and speak tenderly to it will actually acknowledge the parts that we repressed through trying to fit into society, so that we could move through move in life and be accepted by our parents and our teachers. It was actually those rebels, those kids that were rebels, that didn't want to take that self-loathing talk about how we have to move through this reality, and said, no, I'm not doing what you're telling me, to the parents and the teachers, that ended up becoming in even more trouble, because there was too much outside of them that was, it was almost like they were the light that was standing in the middle of the mud, and all of the, and there's no way that they could kind of get out of that. But we can now, because now we are the adults, and we can now speak to our child and say, it's okay, I understand you were trying to prove who you were in a world that would never allow it. And so now that the energies are shifted up, we can bring this child back into our reality and even face off with it and say, I understand you now. I know why you did what you did, that you were coming from love of self and bringing in the soul for me to be unique in this world and shine a unique light and be different. So yeah, that's what I'm getting from that card. And then the next one is clear the clutter. When in doubt, throw it out. So this also is, we can do that with our outside, with the rooms that we're living in and all that sort of stuff go through. We're actually going into spring because it's the 5th of September here. So for Australia, it's spring. So it's spring cleaning kind of feeling. But definitely I'm all about the mind, right? So definitely this would be to do with clearing the clutter. This is a really good time to clear the clutter, get rid of all those things within the mind that are not serving us anymore. And that means not to fixate on them, but to just let them go and let them be and just say, okay, I understand that you came into my life to show me something, but I don't need you anymore. I'm focusing on something that you really, really want. That's going to help clear that clutter that's within your mind. Just be aware, even though saying, of things that have shifted in the past, and how your mind is thinking. You could just go, oh, wow, I usually got angry with somebody who did something like that to me. And now I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Or even laughing it off. They're telling me that's a big thing. I was going to do a tarot last week about laughing things off, because that can really uplift your vibration and shift the energy of not only you, but everyone around you. And the ones that feel that you are laughing at them already feel that the world is against them anyway. So you actually clear them out, because you see that they can't handle the higher vibration that you're coming from, that you're loving and laughing at life. They are also bringing me to the Harry Potter scenario where they call it ridiculous when they do a spell on something that they fear, and they show it, they put a spell on it and make it into something ridiculous, something funny, something stupid. And that is helping the mind come back into balance of power and not allowing something to be fixated on that's seen as fear anymore. So to declutter ourselves, we can just have a freaking good laugh, and that will lift everything back up. We start to see how ridiculous they are, or we are, in thinking that way. And then we can move on from it a lot faster, a lot easier. So that's those messages. I'll get a couple of tarot as well. A couple of tarot just fell out as well. So we have the Hangman that's come in. This card to me is always seeing life in a new perspective. And we're literally in this kind of a stay still place where we've got silence, where we're going inside ourselves. We've got silence and gratitude and clearing. Like, we're really looking inside ourselves at the moment. This is an introvert kind of a place where we can at least teach our logical mind just how far we've come through all of this clearing of our mind and so forth. But so we have this place where we are hanging, but we're also hanging and just observing the rest of the world for what it is. And like, he could see these people as pointing the finger at him, saying how ridiculous that he is. But he's like, I look ridiculous to you because you're not seeing just how miserable your life is. And yeah, I'm the one that's smiling. I'm the one that's seeing life through a different lens, seeing life through a different perspective. I'm the one that feels happy with myself. And I'm the one, and that means that I'm shining my light. And there'll be the odd one in the crowd that will go, well, how come they can be happy and I'm not? And so this is actually seeing ourselves in a new light, a new perspective, so that we can keep moving forward with this, trusting this new game, this new perspective of life. And then it came out with the 8 of Pentacles, which is to do with, to me, career success, working hard to get what you really want to get. They're saying just keep moving forward with whatever you had planned. if you have already started something that's different, then just keep moving forward with it. Don't allow a respite or a rest moment to completely let it go. Just see it as a rest or respite, and then keep moving towards that goal, but asking yourself to do this with more gratitude, more spontaneity, they're saying, allowing it to happen. So the spontaneity is a good one because they're saying that it's aligning you with the new energies as they're coming and going. We have this rise and fall of, okay, take a rest, okay, do some more action, okay, go and communicate with more people. And so you're following the wave of life instead of trying to compartmentalize and fit things into the energies that aren't working, and then you always have these bad days. But when you do it when you go with the new energies, you're actually going to get a lot faster. And it's not to say that this isn't a process, because we are moving away from one alignment of our logical mind taking over everything and telling us that the outside world is more important than the inner world, and then we're flipping that up to saying that our inner world is more important than our outer world, that our outer world will catch up to our inner world if we just keep trusting who we are. So it's a whole other way of moving through life. Okay, what else have we got here? Morning, Joe, good to see you. Yeah. So yeah, don't forget, look out for that song tomorrow that I'm like having a little dance in it because it is my birthday. So but I really wanted to shine a light on those that have been in bad, negative, or hard relationships, this life or past life, and get us to start standing in our power again. So yeah, reproduce totally me. And yeah, have a look out for that one, and have a look out for, it will probably be another week or so, but because I really want to do a good job on the blue moon new calendar that we can move into. I wanted to put out what we can actually do so that we shift in, or we go back in alignment with the nature of things rather than the Jajaria calendar. Okay. Someone has to put it out there, so I am going to. And why it's so important as well. Thanks, Joe. Okay, any more cards or messages, please? Any more cards or messages, please? I think that one needs to come out too. Any more cards or messages? Ooh, okay, we got a couple. One's falling on the ground. Okay, that one has to be grounded. I'm just going to say it as it's come out. Wow. Okay, so we have, I'm going to say the grounded one first. Self-acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness. So this is Archangel Zadkiel. So very much the same messages coming through that was already coming through for the others. Bringing ourselves to forgiveness of self, compassion of self, self-acceptance, really honing in on how amazing you are. Not asking for anyone else or validation, not asking for anyone else to tell you how good you are. Just you really honing in on how amazing you are. That's going to help you know and it's going to solidify the bottom of the bucket so that the soul is grounded more into this reality too. And then we have ancestors coming through. So there are those that are guiding us and wanting to help us. This says historical connections and purposes. So literally clearing out not only this life, but helping clear other lives and past energies and everything that's happened. A lot of us that are doing this work are naturally clearing those that have come before us, because as they watch us move through this life and do the shadow work and look at ourselves honestly and shift what we don't like within ourselves, they can see that when they come back, they can also do that because they've seen it happen with us. So we are clearing not only us, we are clearing ancestors as well. And that's why they said be kind on yourself and allow the process to happen. Don't fixate on everything has to be straight away. Like, enjoy the ride as you go along. Enjoy the journey. So the next one we got was journey guide, travel, change in location. So this can happen as well, where that when we do the inner work, we clear ourselves enough to be able to move through. It's almost like they're saying, okay, you could be traveling, you could be changing location, because the outside reflection could shift with you shifting. So when you shift perspective, so too does your environment eventually. And all of a sudden you'll go, oh, Auntie May over in England wants me to come and live with her. And so you'll end up getting a plane ticket and going over there, and it's matching your environment because she loves you so much, and you love yourself now. You're no longer in the thick of all the mean people that were, annoying the crap out of you over in, your home in America or whatever, Australia or whatever. And so that can happen, just as an example. But also as an example, they're saying that if you do the inner work, sometimes the journey can be that you are starting to have feelings washing over you of past lives that you were in bliss, and then connection to those that were part of that past life. So it's up-leveling you into realizing that you can connect and get messages or wisdom with those that are in a better resonance with you loving yourself. So there can be an inner journey that happens that gives you wisdom and understanding of life from a whole other perspective, because you have these new feelings coming through that you didn't allow before, because you thought that those feelings didn't have a place on this planet or didn't have a place in society. And now you're like, you know what? I'm allowed to feel this good about myself. I'm allowed to feel these wash of blissful feelings coming over me. And then you are connected to those that are off planet or inner planet or wherever they are that you know of, or the elemental realm or something, and they are of higher frequency themselves. So there could be journeys that are going on within you as well. And the next card that I got from this pack was achievement, completion, reward. See, so how beautiful is this? We will get our rewards in the end. It will happen, and we have to just know this within ourselves, that it's okay, it's coming. And at the moment, I'm going to enjoy where I'm at the moment. Just have gratitude for where I'm at the moment, even if it's on a small thing, even if it's just that the sun is shining. It's actually interesting what they're bringing me to. There was years ago somebody that I fell in love with, and I only met him for a few weeks, but I just kind of hook, line and sinker thought I'd fallen in love with this person. And then they decided they didn't want a bar of me and cut me out. And the feeling that I had, I was so gutted, obviously, like most people would be. So I'm like lying on my bed, bawling my eyes out, looking out the window. And the weird thing that was gifted to me was that I was seeing the trees, and I was sobbing and just going, the tree is still a tree. The sun is still a sun. The sky is still a sky. And for some reason, it brought me back into myself. And they're bringing that up because this is an illusion, and we are living our life through this illusion. So that means when we start to see it as the illusion, we can also shift and change it. So what parts do we want to change? Obviously, we love our trees, we love our sun, we love our sky, we love our sea, our ocean, our lakes. We love Mother Earth. We love all of that. So pour all of your energy into what you love. And that is the gratitude. And then the rest of the things that aren't in resonance with that love will start to fall away. And then you will come back to yourself and recognize that we have all of this. We have all that we need. What does a tree provide? It provides shade. It provides food. It provides shelter. It provides just a little bit of work from our hands, and it provides everything for free. And we don't, and that freedom there, it doesn't gift somebody that's, trying to control us all the extra money. They don't get all the extra money. They don't get all the extra tree fruit and all that. We decide how this is all going to work. We are in alignment with the love of self of Mother Earth, and what we are gifted is what we need. They can go find their own tree. They're not then using you as a victim to do all the work, to do the work for them. So this is the shift up that is humanity's consciousness is going through. And that's why it's huge, right? So we have to be gentle on ourselves and kind on ourselves as we go through that. Through this portal, they're saying, gateway, this place of feeling a little bit disorientated. See it as a respite. Don't see it as disorientation. See it as a place of gratitude, of, wow, I'm in this body and I had this chance to be amazing, to see miracles happen before me. I have a chance. And you can't see a miracle happening if you're already in the miracle, if you were already in the beautiful place. So we have to fall into a place that doesn't feel right for us to find the miracles, right? And this is the opportunity to find the miracles, which is so cool. Okay. I will pick an animal card and then I'll go into a couple of readings. Free readings in the chat bar for anyone who wants one. So yeah, just put these all back. Thank you. And we'll see what the animals have to say. Also, I want to throw my dice. So I'm going to throw my dice quickly. So we have home, which is the closest one. Home is, when home comes up, home is within you. Home is something that you can shift within you, and then the outside reflection will happen. And 22 has come up as well, which is fairly close. So this is stepping out of the ordinary and into the extraordinary, into the unique, into the crazy stuff that people would see as crazy, but it's not. It's just something different for us to have a look at. Everything's looking crazy out there anyway. Why not step into something that aligns with you through love of self, obviously. That's a little bit different. We also have the 8, the 4, and the 9. So the 8 is all about that success coming in. The 4 is stability, and the 9 is letting go of everything that doesn't serve you. So I just wanted to do them. Okay, I'll do a card for... And then, yes, we will get into the readings. If you just say yes, please, in the comments, all good. I just did one animal shaman card, or maybe not. Why do they always come out in bunches? Okay, we're going to do this. Sea turtle, protection. Sea Gaia, Earth herself, is represented by the turtle. She will always protect you. She will always be there for you. We have an owl, magic. Choose magic. Choose to know the truth because you can. And how do we choose to know the truth? We have to empty our cup completely of everything before we ask for the truth. We can't hold on to a story and then ask for the truth, because you're already fixated on that becoming the truth. And what will we do? We'll confirm that as the truth. So there's always, but if we really want to find the real truth, you don't know the truth. And then you say, I'm empty. Whatever is going to come, it's going to come. But show me signs that are very, very clear, and I will see the truth. And they're bringing that up because then you are starting to take your power back on what's true and what's not, because you're asking for a direct connection to the core truth of reality. Okay, so we will choose Osho cards, I think. And Linda Robbie. Linda. Card for Linda, please. Linda. Sorry, I'm just getting a message for you to say you are enough. You are enough as you are. You don't need to do different. And you're moving. It's okay. You're moving with these new energies. So you're in a better place than what you think. And the patience has come out just to help you. See, my ear is clearing. That's interesting too. So as I'm talking to you, I'm starting to hear through this ear clearer. Everything's going clearer. So have patience with yourself, because clarity is coming. And it's almost like that general reading is just so in alignment with you. And to help you use the energies at the moment, just be a bit more patient with yourself. Never, if you say something or you do something and then you change it because you've seen that somebody else, you're an empath, so you can feel what others are expecting of you. Don't do that anymore. They want you to say to self, what do I expect out of this moment? Not what others expect. And it's only because you could feel into them and you self-sacrifice yourself to be in alignment with those people. They want you, to be patient with you, and the rest will fall into line. Clarity will come to. There's some sort of messages coming for you from the spirit world that will align you with even more. So there's something going on there. Thanks, Celtic. Venus has gone direct today. My birthday is actually tomorrow. I was born, my numerology is 11. And I'm a master, life plan 11. So I'm 1111. I remember when I found that out, I'm like, what am I going to turn into? Some sort of guru or something? Anyways, let's get into I'm inspired. If I have missed you, just say yes, please again. It might flip off and I don't see it. So I'm inspired. I saw the trust card then, but a whole heap flipped over, so I'm not taking them. But the trust is, there's something juicy coming for you if you just take a leap of faith. The reason why it's coming juicy is because you're actually shifted your perception. So you to jump into something, trusting yourself. It is the will of self that jumps. It is the will of self that will jump into this place that will bring you what you really want. And you have that capacity. You have the inner voice. So this is same as before. Go within. There's something within you that you, like they're telling me that you are fighting, but you are also acknowledging. It's like, I see the fight within me now, and now I don't have to do the fight. All I have to do is will it, is say, this is what I want in my life, and that's where it's going, and that's just how it's going to end up. This is my story. I'm creating my story. I'm carving my story. I feel this real, I'm going to do it. But just hold back a little bit, because the energies are going to shift for you to move into action next. And you'll feel that passion starting to build, and then go towards the goal that you're looking for as well. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Celtic. Yeah, thumbs up would be really good. It's reminding me of that little kid on Instagram or something, goes thumbs up. And she's got glasses on, and she was at a school concert, and she was so unique, so different. She was dancing thumbs up. Anyway, we've got to be like her. All the other kids were programmed to go, I am too scared to be me. And so they were all standing there just smiling and singing, and she's just like crazy as. So yeah. Okay, who else have we got? Sorry, I did see someone back here. Christina G. I feel like you're being polite and waiting. Christina G. The mundane jobs of life, right? They want you to step out of the mundane jobs and get into creative vibe for you. They want you to think big. So take a moment this week to go inside oneself and imagine the best scenario ever, not for others, for you. And everyone else will find the best scenario for themselves if you find the best scenario for you. And it will all work out. But we are always too scared to find the best scenario for us in case it doesn't match up with somebody else that we love. But love isn't like that. Love will always go for having the best for you complete with the people that you love. So to think big, go inside oneself. What do you really passionately desire to have happen in your life? What's the main, like, don't think little, think the biggest you can think, and then say that is where I'm going to go. This is where I'm going. And because you're not a mundane person, and you're not a, dishes washing kind of person. It's not to say that you shouldn't do that. Obviously, we have to clean our clothes and do our dishes and stuff like that, but do it with gratitude and say, yeah, but I can do it with gratitude now because I also know the power of myself and the light within me and where I'm going and just how beautiful and amazing I am. That's what's coming up for you. Okay. Who else have we got? Okay, Celtic Seer. Oh, I think you want them. I'm not sure, actually. Did you say if you want a reading or not? Because you're like helping me. Look, if you want to have a reading, Celtic, just yell out. Okay. Because I won't say it unless you say yes, please, because I just don't want to go against the grain of somebody. They might not feel like a reading. So we'll go. I was just thinking of Emily Hart and everything flew out. So we're going to go Emily Hart. Emily, Rebels come out. So, okay. So maybe even there was a rebel within you that's been pushed down, and they would like you to take that torch now, like he is. You also had these other cards that fell out, living moment to moment and trusting the game just in this moment. Whatever you say or do, don't ever go back on your words. They were spoken in the moment to give somebody else a lesson. It's okay. Don't go back. Just keep saying this all happened for the right person at the right time. Beyond illusion, you're stepping out of the illusion and starting to realize the power of yourself and receptivity, but it was in reverse. So aligning with your soul is what they're telling me. You're aligning with your soul. So there is this is a really powerful energy that's happening at the moment for us to align and ground our soul. And you're doing a great job. You're doing a fantastic job. You're doing what you're supposed to do. So just keep going, but don't ever what is it, that word? I'm trying to find a word with the feeling that they're giving me. Don't ever discourage yourself for something that you do say or are wanting to be. Anyway, going into la la land there. Also, I do one-on-one readings. If you want a one-on-one reading, the link is down below. And that's codestoanew-reality.com. Just go on that, go on the intuitive counselling, intuitive readings, and just book a session there. It's half-hour sessions there. And a few others. Stars. Yeah. Anyway. Sassy. Sassy. Such a nice name to say. Sassy. Sassy, we have one that's flipped over in the middle here. Okay, so this card is the change card. So when the change card happens, we can see a lot around us that is shifting, but you could get whirled into that and feel like you're like floundering because you're like, what the heck is going on here? Or you can go back into the center of self, into the center of the tornado, into the center of who you are, and live completely. They're doing that because they want you to bring you into the moment. Keep bringing yourself back into the moment. So if you go a little bit out of the moment, things look a little bit and so keep bringing yourself back into the moment. Right at this moment, I'm breathing. Right at this moment, I'm in my car. I'm doing the dishes. Right in this moment, I'm, doing the gardening. Or I'm listening to me, listening on the videos. But be in the moment and know they want you to let go of all the stories trying to come in of the past that's trying to push the future into agenda, into your reality. That's not the agenda, sorry, is what I'm trying to say. So bring yourself back to living in the moment as much as you possibly can. You're going to find the strength of you there. And that's going, when you start to get the hang of that, even no matter what happens to you in the future, you can always shift it by bringing yourself back into the moment, realigning with yourself, saying it to yourself with your will, this is not how this story is going to go. I'm moving. I'm going towards another story, but I'm going to do it through living in the moment, not through trying to fix a problem that happened back in the day by reinventing it and bringing it forward, and then you're reflecting it back to me. I'm not doing that anymore. There's a big shift that's happening within you that's going to take you to more empowerment. Maggie, you have the Source card come up. So beautiful positivity coming your way. And this is the card of the sun. It's the card of source energy. It's the card of the soul. It's the card of love. It's the card of understanding the power of you and how amazing you are. And allow that to wash over you, to become you, to step into your world with such positivity, and there's going to be fast moving forward, something fast moving coming towards you because you're moving towards it. And so, yeah, it's like a direct connection to God within yourself, source energy. Yeah, so that's nice. Very, very cool. You're welcome, Sassy. You would love a card, Celtic? Okay, I'll do a card for Celtic. Thank you for helping me with that. I don't know if you want to come back or anything, but if you want to be, I'm trying to look for some more, what are these things that, I don't know what they're called, but people on the chat bar that help me out. So if you're keen to do that, just say, yeah, that'd be okay while I get you a card. And if anyone else wants to be one of those people that I make them a affiliate or whatever, I don't know what it's called, but so that you can help me on the chat bar, just let me know, because I need to get a couple of people to do that. My logical brain's not there at the moment. A monitor. Yeah. Okay. You have Celtic. While I'm like thinking of that, I'm going to do, because I was thinking of that and not you, I want to focus in on you, but I do have a card here that did pop out. Celtic. Really? Okay, so we have two cards here. We have rebirth, which is stepping out of one phase of one's life and into a whole other phase. And they're telling me you don't know this phase because you haven't been this phase. You haven't been this phase that you're going to yet, but you will become it. And so it's very unknown. They're showing me the moon. They're showing me like it's something that you can't quite see or make out. It's okay. You're not supposed to. They're saying a gift. So, and slowing down came out too. So coming back into self and just chilling and being acceptance of everything at the moment. You are Mother Gaia, and Mother Gaia is you. You're stepping into a portal of truth from wisdom gone by, and like magic that's coming up. Interesting. Like almost they're showing me this card in my mind, but you're not a sleeping camel anymore. You're not the roaring lion anymore. You're not, and even the innocence, you're beyond it. They're like you're going beyond, and you're bringing in, they're showing me all your past lives just aligning into one thing. And you're taking what you need. But you need to slow down at the moment because this is all new. They're literally telling me the gift through. It's almost like you're just broken through it. Okay, there's something big coming for you. Yes. So if you're interested in a reading, anyone, but other than that, I think I'll leave it here. And yeah. So I'll make you a monitor. If you don't want to, just let me know. And anyone else that wants to in the next readings, yeah. So if you don't want to, Celtic, just let me know. I don't like to step on anyone's feet. I want to do the right thing by everybody. So love you guys heaps. And until Thursday when I come up, I will just be channeling straight. And I'm also going to be bringing out a video all about aligning us with this whole new calendar, and why they pulled us into the wrong calendar, and all that happens. Is this whole empowerment of feminine energy coming up with that. And so have a look out for that new video that I'll be bringing up. And don't forget tomorrow, just for fun, I did this little ditty song. I wrote it and I sung it, and it's music from free music just off the internet. So it's called Totally, Totally Me. And yeah, have a listen to that tomorrow. So love you guys. Bye.